Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa, and this is the fourth and last week of the Blackathon, and also the Retro Romance Readathon. So I finished the last little bit of the two books that I reviewed at the end of last week, and no changes, they were good. It was never stated what kind of neurodivergence Beznaria had in How to Find a Princess, so that was kind of weird. You can just say they're autistic. It's fine. You can say that, because she really didn't fit any of the other most common neurodivergences, and she fit that one really well. I don't know if Alyssa Cole was worried about the stigma. Now I am 44% into Snowflake by Nia Forrester. This is another KU read, and at first I was thinking I was going to DNF it because the intro with the hero is very much not my style, but that only lasted like a few pages, and then it started getting way better, and now I've been reading it all morning and haven't been able to put it down, even though I should be doing some other things. So I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It is college age people, one of whom is trained to be an Olympic runner. Very cool. He doesn't have a trainer or anything, he's doing it himself. And because he's quite poor, and so he's also staying at college over the break to try to get work as a road clearer, shoveler and stuff, and icer, because he likes to do manual labor because it like helps him increase his strength and stamina, because he's a video game character. And the lady character is staying at school because her mom is neglectful and is going off with a boyfriend for Thanksgiving break instead of, or being at home where her daughter can come home to her. So they're both pretty much alone in these university accommodations somewhere on the eastern seaboard. And so with them being the only ones and getting snowed in for a bit and having electricity go out, there's lots of opportunities for them to get to know each other as across the hall neighbors, even though they didn't really talk much before this. But I like it. Both of them had difficult childhoods, and we're like getting now to the meat of them processing that together, and I like that they're doing that a little bit earlier instead of waiting for the third act to get their bring their trauma out and talk about it, because that always leads to more problems. So I like that they're being open a little earlier on, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. They're both the sort of people I would want to be friends with in real life, and I like reading about that kind of people. Oh, and I'm also about 15% into my audiobook, which is, I'll put up the cover, but it's about a football player who takes a knee about a year after players started doing that, a fictional player. So he's not the first one, but he's taking part in the protest, and he's also blacking out his team logo because they have been treating retired players really badly and just abandoning them once they get injured. So this book is going to look at both of those issues and at like the romances between this player and a publicist who is helping him not get kicked off the team, while also working for his goals of helping people and making an actual difference. And they had a really funny bad first meeting. That was those are fun, and I like seeing characters sort of rebuild and readjust their attitudes towards each other after that happens, kind of like Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. Yeah, it's also really engaging me so far, and I've been like wanting to listen to it over watching YouTube while I like do my art and stuff. So that's a pretty good sign if it's more enthralling than YouTube videos. We're gonna tile some more today because it's something that you want to do gradually, because there's a lot of finessing fine work, especially with the backsplash tiles, but I can show you the finished bathroom floor with the grout in it, because hopefully we did that right and it will look good. All grouted. Very nice. Hey, it's Tuesday and I just finished Snowflake by Nia Forster. I read it really fast because it was really, really good. I really liked the format of most of it taking place over winter break, but also then speeding up and taking place over more time after that. And I liked the friends that were involved and the complications that they added to the story. And I like the family that added complications, and I really like that these people talked about their issues instead of hiding them and waiting for them to blow up for the purpose of the third act breakup, which this book did not include, which I really appreciate. Because the other book I'm currently reading that I'm about 70% through, I can tell we're barreling towards a secret keeping, not dealing with issues based third act breakup, and it's stressing me out. Snapped is the book, and I've sped up the listening speed so that I can get through this section because it's not relaxing like it was. That's really bright. For most of the book so far, it's been really relaxing and pleasant, and I've really enjoyed the characters getting to know each other. Right now I'm just like, can you please be mature and talk about your problems? Can this please not end badly? I just don't want to go through people being justifiably angry at each other, and I really hate super easily avoidable problems. Maybe it'll be better than I'm thinking it will be, but I'm stressed about it, so I'm listening faster. But I will update you with how it turns out, and yeah, I highly recommend Snowflake. It's very good. Hey, so I've finished a lot since I last talked to you. I felt like for a bit, oh, I'm reading so much, this is such a nice week, it's going so well, I wonder why I'm able to read so much. I realize it's because I'm dissociating very heavily because I'm anxious about something. And when I started thinking about the something actively instead of avoiding it, I almost had an anxiety attack in the grocery store. So I'm going to go back to dissociating, basically just distract myself until the thing actually happens, because there's nothing I can do about it until then. It's on Sunday, so I might come back for a mini update afterwards. I finished Snapped, which I said was going towards a was stressing me out because it was headed toward a big third act breakup, and it did. I liked the ending after that part. That was really nice, actually. I really liked how it came together. It is not a favorite trope of mine, especially the more emotionally charged it is, the worse. But I do recommend it, and I really like the women sticking together, lifting each other up, supporting each other thing that goes on a lot in this series. So I am now have the audiobook of a book earlier in the series that I think is going to feature a lot of that as well. So that's really nice. Then I finished Wild Sweet Love, which is the one I had started earlier by Beverly Jenkins, about the ex-bank robber falling in love with the current banker because she's staying at his mom's house because her mom takes care of women who are on probation. And that was really cute. I really liked how, as usual, the protagonist is a pretty tough lady. In this case, she was also very not ladylike. Some of Beverly Jenkins' heroines are tough and ladylike. Some of them are tough and not ladylike. And I like kind of seeing the difference and seeing how you can be either way in both. The hero was cool, and I really liked how he was ambitious about helping other Black people lift themselves up. He would give, since he was a banker, he really valued giving small Black businesses loans because a lot of white banks would not lend to Black people. And then I started and finished Let Me Hold You, which is another in Alexandria House's series. It's the one right after Let Me Love You, and I didn't like it nearly as well. It's a little bit shorter. It's only 268 pages, so it didn't have as much development. It also didn't have those great single parent tropes. I don't know, sex was very much what brought the two together, and that just doesn't do it for me. And now I'm reading another in that series, and that's kind of how it's working there as well. Like, they spent some time together and had sweet conversations, but then the real falling in love part happened a lot via the positive pheromones and hormones you get from sex, which is just not what I enjoy reading about, being the bonding agent. But I did like the topics that were gone into in Let Me Hold You. The heroine is a social worker who runs a foundation that does sports camps for kids. That's how she meets Leland, who is an NBA star. And then it looks into her history as having been abused in the past and how that affects her current relationships, and I liked how that was done. Yeah, so the one I'm reading now is Let Me Please You, which is about a sister of the four brothers who the main four books are about, and it's just a novella, but I really liked her personality from the other books, and there's a bodyguard trope in this one, and so far in the books that I've finished, I have 3,400 pages, which is more than double what I had at the end of the first 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm definitely reading a lot more in this fourth week, because it distracts me from being anxious. But I'm gonna take a bath this afternoon. Hopefully, it's a jet tub bath, and usually it relaxes my muscles really well, and I read in the bath too, so I get to like totally disengage from real world problems, so hopefully that will help me out this afternoon. I also finished Deal with the Elf King. I liked the ending better than the first 60%. I liked how it got more involved in the whole plant magic thing, although I would have liked more details on that. But yeah, the plant magic was really good, and the romance was cute once it got past the stupid Ice King stuff. If I finish Let Me Please You this month, which I'm sure I will, I'll have read 7 KU books. So I think that's a pretty good value for the $10, but I will still be canceling because I don't usually read that much from KU, and I have lots of library books stacking up that I need to get to. So I will be back with an update probably tomorrow.
Are you two holding paws? Yes. We hold paws. That's so cute. Yes, oh my goodness, you're so good.
So it's Saturday and I've got a lot of updates. First of all, I finished Let Me Please You by Alexandria House. That's the final book in the Let Me series, and I really liked how it wrapped things up. Very cute finale, and as I said, it has that bodyguard trope, which I tend to like. It wasn't amazing, but it was cute, a little overly sexy for me. And then I read the third book in the series, so I read Let Me Show You, which is about the brother who is a movie producer slash director, and him falling in love with his brother's wife's best friend. And something I really liked about that I really love in a lot of romances, is that the two characters both had hurts from their past that were still affecting them, and they both helped each other to heal those, and that's really special to me. I went to the library and got some treasure. I got Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney, and I started it and it looked really cute, and it's a YA romance, and it has a book on the cover. It's a notebook, but I'm counting it, or I was counting it, because that's one of the prompts for Blackathon, but it turns out that a lot of the plot is about the main character lying a lot, and those lies getting exposed in a blackmailing plot, kind of like, there's been other YA books with that kind of trope, but I really can't stand the whole lying thing as a coping mechanism. Like, it's usually framed as a coping mechanism for the character's difficult life, but like, I really can't handle it. So I'm gonna put this one down and pick up the group read. I also got The Sweetest Remedy, which I saw a review that said that this was less of a romance, more of a whole family love thing. The main character dealing with her estranged family and the parts of her family that she is close with, and like, it's all complicated and stuff. So it might be a bit heavier than some, and it might go a bit slower, but I'm gonna try it. And I'm also currently reading the second part of this little collection, Irish Dreams, which is called Sullivan's Woman, and it is a short story about 140 pages about an artist from Ireland who's now living in San Francisco and his new muse. It's all from the lady's perspective so far, who is a particular interesting variety of looks based on her mixed Irish-English heritage, which, sure. And I tend to like Nora Roberts' heroes who are artists more than the ones who are like business tycoons. They're more my type, and so far I'm liking it quite a bit. There are definitely some aspects of its retroness, it's from '84, that are a little like using the G word for romantic people, although I've seen that in books as recent as the 2010s, and also just little things like that, little ways of referring to people that are not good. And the man character is a bit pushy, which is not my thing, but I think it'll turn out good because Nora Roberts usually does. So yeah, I'm also thinking about starting a crazy little thing called Love, because it's the first in this other series by Christina C. Jones, which I think is self-published, so that's cool. But I might not get to this till next month. I've got the whole series on my library shelf, so that should be fun. I just had to film my outfit again. These boots have become a favorite recently. What are you doing, Arwen? Oh, it's not Arwen, it's Frodo. Hello, Frodo. Are you playing with the wires? You shouldn't play with wires. No. No, don't play with the wires. Anyway, I finished the Nora Roberts novella. It was very cute. It didn't have any sex scenes, which I kind of liked, but it was one of those characters where the male character starts off kind of a jerk and very off-putting, and is like a temperamental artist, but when he opens his heart to the love interest, we find out he's actually a really sweet person. And I really liked that, like, transformation. The thing that happened this morning that I was worried about all week went fine. I finally got the instructions on how to do what I was supposed to do the night before I was supposed to do it, so yeah. So it went just fine, and I'm feeling much better now. So whatever else I finished during the Blackathon and retro readathon will be, we'll have to see next week. I'll probably do like a recent reads wrap up, because I also need to talk about some books that I finished between my January wrap up film and when the actual beginning of February. Frodo, leave her alone. Frodo's having a little standoff with Arwen. That's not great. Thank you, Frodo. So we'll just see what happens. I've really been enjoying what I've been reading the last whole week, basically, so that's really nice. And I've got lots of options going forward, so I'm probably going to mood read a lot. I'd love to know how your month has been. If you celebrate Valentine's Day, how was that? I made cards for my family, and my family got each other chocolate and stuff. And if there's a particular book that you really like this month, let me know about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!